And we're live. Hi, y'all.
Hi, this is episode 7
Episode
for
7 of Sisters. Hey, man. I'm going to just tell y'all right off the bat. This episode annoyed me because it took too long to get to the point. But we're going to get there. We're going to get there. We're going to get there.
yes, we are. So, what happened on this episode?
What happened on this episode was not a lot. Andy came into her house or her apartment. Excuse me, that's not a house, that's an apartment. She came into her apartment and everything was gone. And she's like, "Oh my God, what's going on? Where are my things? What happened to my things?" Girl, you know Gary moved your stuff. Stop that. So she called the building manager or whatever, and he came down to what is now her former apartment and told her that she got a good sale for her apartment. And she looking at that man like, huh? What are you talking about? What do you mean? What are you doing? Um, Tyler, let me help you. Cause it's no way in God's green grass that somebody could just buy somebody an
Body and
apartment
apartment.
in their
Tyler,
name
Tyler, Tyler.
without their
Hold on,
permission.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, no, hold on. Tyler, Tyler. See, this is why I I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I did not pay my cable bill. How I learned about the episode is through her over there. I didn't pay my cable bill because see you are one of the reasons because you want to keep playing this hocus pocus. There's no way, like my girlfriend said, that a man can just purchase you an apartment. There's no way. There have to be some signing. Like Tyler, make this shit real. Make it real.
Like,
Because right now it's not. It's not. It's given very fake scripted.
well, well,
And I
listen.
know, and hold on, before people, and before you say it, I know it's scripted, but at least make it look real. Goddamn.
This is what I'm gonna say. I like men like Gary, but then I don't. Because I like nice things just like she does. But this is beyond creepy, honey. Okay. He buying you cars, he buying you houses. Honey, just if you don't want him, then don't take it. Don't take the stuff. You can't take the stuff and not take him. Because he comes with the stuff. Like it's not fair for you to take his stuff and not take him. I'm just saying.
Exactly, exactly. Because you looking like a gold digger. Nah, I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke the broke, and I'm gonna just leave it at that.
But
Like, come on, man. Okay.
as we carry on and carry on, Karen and the girls go over to Andy empty house because just like the empty bank, it is now the empty house. So they're all sitting around the empty house and they're wondering why the house is empty. And she tells them what Gary did. And they're like, "Oh my God." And Danny and Sabrina are like, "Oh my God, girl, I want to go see the penthouse. Don't you want to go see it?" No, we don't. We don't want to see it. Even though I did want to see it, I ain't gonna lie. So they finally convinced Andy to go see this penthouse. And honey, let me tell you. Now I don't like Gary because he a little creepy, but that house he picked out, or apartment, or wherever you lay your head at this week, that thing was immaculate, honey. Okay, it was decked out, like decked the halls with follow, holly, follow, la 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 la. He had that thing decked, honey. I was like, okay, Gary, I see what you're doing, but it's creepy still. Like he had a picture of her. I mean, it was just he one thing I can say about Gary, as creepy as all of this stuff is,
Which it
hey,
is very, it's very creepy.
it's creepy, but hey, most niggas don't even try to do half the stuff that Gary is doing. And it's
I
like,
I under
girl,
I understand all that, but who's doing all that?
not a black
Especially
man. And I see why black women date out because black guys ain't doing nothing for they women when they mess up. Usually they mess up and all we get is a sorry, honey. We ain't getting no cars and no houses because the nigga done messed up. We ain't getting all that. But she loved the penthouse, of course. At first, she was trying to act like, oh my God, I have to get my things back. I have to take my things back to my old apartment. Girl, you know you don't want that old apartment back. You might as well stop that. So they get some liquor and they about to drink and they about to get Karen a drink. And you know, Karen goes, well, I can't drink. And they're looking at her like, what do you mean you can't drink? Why you can't drink? And she goes, I'm pregnant. I duh. Like you can't put two and two together. The girl ain't drunk in about 6 episodes. You can't put two and two together and realize the girl's pregnant. But that didn't come to the end. So what we gonna have to do is go back.
okay.
Now, I don't know how many basketball games y'all gonna play, but y'all been playing basketball since episode 4, and we're on episode 7, and you guys are still playing. And it's like, okay.
How many episodes did this show get renewed for? I'm just asking.
It's 22 episodes, so we got a long ways to go because we only on
Okay.
episode 7. So we at the basketball court and whatnot. Not the basketball court. We at the basketball court and whatnot. And these people acting like they really playing basketball, but they really ain't. Um, so Gary and Zach is talking. They all faking like they sweaty and they ain't even put up a shot. I don't know what kind of basketball they playing, but I did not see nobody shoot a ball in this whole game. But anyway, Gary's like, um, you know Andy? And Zach is in there like, yeah, I know Andy. And Aaron comes into the picture while Gary and Zach are talking on the basketball court like, oh, I'm dating Zach's ex, Karen, and and Gary is like, you dated Karen? He's like, yeah, unfortunately, I did. I just found out from my girl today who you is, and he like, yo, girl, wait a minute, who's your girl? This is Gary talking to Zach now because he has no idea what the hell's going on. So Gary like, who your girl, Zach? And he like, Fatima, and he like, oh God.
Mm.
So Gary gets in his mind that, hey Zach, if I help you with your stock, help me with Fatima so that she could convince Andy to take me back. Yada yada yada. Gary is very convoluted in that sense, but I get what he's doing because I've done it before. Hint hint. That's an earth sign thing, but I'll connect y'all to that at the end of the video. So basically, they made a trade off. Gary was like, I help you with your stock thing if you help Fatima put in a good word for me with Andy and yada yada. So Zach's like he not for it because he know Fatima ain't finna talk to her about getting back with no Gary. Y'all stop it. She
Really?
can't stand Gary. Anywho,
Exactly.
so
We
Zach
all
and
we all
Aaron
know
going back and
this.
forth, which I don't know why they going back and forth over Karen. I don't understand because Aaron, she keeps sending you away, and Zach, you supposed to be all in love with Fatima, so I don't know why y'all fighting over Karen on the basketball court, but hey, that's nevertheless. Um, it's like this. It's like this, y'all. Fatima told Zach who Gary was. Cause apparently he acting like he dumb today. Don't know who nobody is. Even though he met Gary in season 2. So he should have known who Gary was. But okay, okay, we just gonna act like that didn't happen. Like we have to do with everything else in Tyler Fairyland. But anywho, and Fatima like, yeah, Gary is Andy's ex, yada yada do, and be careful with him. Don't give him none of your money, and yada yada. So it was just mainly focused around that. And before we get to the penthouse situation, Gary comes to Andy's old house and tells her what he did, yada yada. And he's begging for another chance, and she's like, no, 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 like she's Destiny Child or something. Girl, goodbye. Girl, goodbye. You know you want to get back with Gary. Like, stop it. You you playing hard to get for no reason. And she was telling him how good things have been with Robin and whatnot and yada yada. And I'm just in there going, how are you talking about how good the sex is with Robin, but you ain't had sex with him since the end of season 3 and the first episode of season 4, and we're already on episode 7, so we haven't even seen him in a while. So, anywho, Gary is begging for another chance, like he's Jodeci or something. And she's just like, no, no, no. And I'm just looking at Andy like, girl, you know you want to give in. You know you want to give in. You know you want
See,
to be with Gary. As toxic as Gary is, you want Gary. You want that man. You want all this stuff. You want everything that comes with Gary. That's what you want.
exactly.
And some women just like toxic men. That you know, it is what it is. I was with a toxic man for over a decade, so I have experience in dealing with toxic men. And I didn't care what nobody said. I wanted that man at all costs. I had friends tell me, girl, he ain't no good, just like they trying to do with Andy. I've had friends do that with me, and I was just looking at them like, girl, goodbye. I'm doing what I want. And I had to learn the hard way that you can't save no toxic man. You just can't. Anywho, the thing that annoyed me about this entire episode was you're dragging this thing out with Karen letting people know that she's with child. First of all, you had us anticipating this thing for 2 weeks, and we still haven't got everything out because Fatima still ain't got to the penthouse yet. So she tells the girls that she's pregnant, and the episode ends. You get all this buildup, and then you get 30 commercial breaks, and then you come back with 5 minutes left in the show for her to reveal this, and then you cut to the credits, and we gotta wait till next week. Tyler, you need to stop that because you could have put Karen telling them girls that she's pregnant in the beginning of the episode. You didn't have to drag it out with Fatima getting to the house and girl, this it's a fool. It
You
it, it is
you you really
because
didn't,
he
Tyler.
because Fatima already knows that Karen is pregnant. Even though Karen doesn't know that, why would she not think that Fatima knows? She's with Zach, so why wouldn't Zach tell her that you pregnant by him? Like make the writing of this is
That's what
is
I.
stupid.
This is
Like
this is this is Tyler Perry land.
you're making it to where Fatima and Karen have to have some type of showdown, and they really don't because it's really nothing to tell. Yeah, Zach has a baby on the way allegedly. We gonna say allegedly, but he got a baby on the way. Zach been having babies on the way since season one of this show. If you go back and watch, it was two or three women in the first season that said they was pregnant by him. So Zach been having babies on the way, allegedly. But yeah, you and Fatima, y'all don't gotta be cool. The only people that have to have any type of relationship is you and Zach because y'all are the parents of the alleged child in her alleged stomach.
Right. Right.
Fatima ain't really got nothing to do with nothing. She's just there
Exactly.
because
Exactly.
she's there because she's with Zach. That's it. She has
Yeah.
no relation, no connection to that child whatsoever because her and Zach not even married. They're not even close to being married. They ain't no fiancés. They haven't even officially said that they was boyfriend girlfriend. They haven't said the words, but we get the point. But until Zach
Right.
marries her or whatever, until
So,
Zach marries her, put some kind of ring on the something child, Fatima ain't got nothing to do with this. And if I was Fatima, I would moonwalk on out of this situation because it really ain't my business. Yeah, Zach my
exactly.
man and all, but that whole baby mama mess ain't my business. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Zach, you
Exactly.
you handle that. That's between you and her. I'ma just sit over here.
Yep. But you know Fatima not gonna handle this like a grown woman, right? You do
Well,
realize that.
we all know what
And like
Fatima is, and we
and if
all know
you
what
and
Tyler
if
Perry is turning her into. We know what where Tyler Perry is taking Fatima. It don't take a rocket scientist to figure out where
I'm
he's
just
trying to
I'm
take
just making
Fatima
I'm just making sure you know.
because
Yes.
he's going to make her the gatekeeper of Zach and trying to protect him and not like girl. Some stuff you got to stay out of. Sidebar. Me
Exactly.
and this guy to the left of me almost went through this situation in real life. And I wasn't gonna have nothing to do with none of it because that's your baby. I didn't make it, so I ain't got nothing to do with that. But at the same time, it's like you can be there for a child that isn't yours, but you can't overstep your boundaries if that child has two active parents. And I
Yeah.
feel like that's what Fatima
Right.
gonna do once this child is born. Zach is your man, but he is her baby's father. And that's
Yeah.
just the reality of the situation. She has a baby by your dude. And either
Hmm.
you gonna deal with it or you ain't. You are not that child's parent. So anything dealing with that child has to be between its biological parent, them two.
Hey,
That could be your
exactly.
man. That could be your man all day. Nobody cares. But at the end of
Right.
the day, that's that child's father, and you can't
But
stand in the way of the two parents communicating. You, Zach, and Karen are going to be communicating for the rest of y'all lives, especially if he marries Fatima, which this Tyler Perry land, don't nobody get married on Tyler Perry shows. Child, stop that.
that
Anyway, Calvin
right.
and Miranda was the exception. They got married and well, they got divorced. So
First. Yeah.
Tyler Perry don't believe in
I
marrying people on his shows. So
I wanna I wanna
Fatima is going to be a long term girlfriend for a very, very
for a
long time.
long time. Correct. But like I just don't get it, man. Tyler, I don't know what happened to Tyler Perry, but I really do feel bad because it shows in his television shows, even in his movies. The only good one was Alex Cross. That one I would have to give it a 9 out of 10. That one he did. That one was perfect. But besides that one, I'll be looking at you with my with the side eye, Tyler.
Because
Like
Tyler Perry
seriously,
is
seriously.
Tyler Perry is a toxic human being because he's promoting the struggle, he's promoting toxicity, he's promoting
but
everything that we're not supposed to accept. He promotes it
yeah, but everybody say he doing what sells, and while that may be true and all of that, it's still unrealistic
because this is the
because
problem I have with Tyler Perry programming. Like I just said, he promotes the struggle, and the struggle should not be glorified in this way because this is not how the struggle actually is. You are giving your version of the struggle for the TV. And what it does is tell real people with real problems and real lives that if they go out here and have babies and do things as such, their life is gonna end up like one of your shows, and that's just not
that's
nah.
that's not the case. That's not the case. And another thing I want to point out is everybody that have kids ain't that toxic. Cause let me tell you something, Tyler. If because I had a situation, I'm not gonna go into detail. But if you want me to, just message me on Instagram. I tell you. But I'm not about to go into detail. However, if this girl would have been pregnant, it would have been a fight. You understand what I'm saying? Because she didn't even want me to be in my child's life. She told me, "Oh, you don't got to worry about nothing." And I told her, I said, "Let me explain something to you. I didn't have a father growing up. Period. Period. He was in and out of my life, but I don't consider that a father. I consider my father to be the one that gave me life, but I do not consider it to be something. But anyway, make a long story short, if I would have had a baby by this woman, I would have made the same exact mistake my dad did. And I'm announcing this to the world, and I don't really give a fuck because don't nobody really watch my videos. Well, we getting traction now, but after I turn 30 and if I ain't had no baby, I'm getting this snip snip. Because y'all, we have to be smarter as a generation. That's just my opinion. But thumbs up the live.
Thumbs up the video, guys. And you know we always get into some real stuff before we get off these lives because it's not just about TV. It's about real life too. And, like he's mentioned, look, I love this man. Y'all know that. I say that all day, every day. But when he had that situation now, I was not in the city that we live in at the time. I was vacationing out east and I was minding my own business. I was in DC eating some big chili bowl and I got a burp. Hello. I want to tell you that she not pregnant. She who? What happened? Oh, the girl that tried to scam you to get a baby. Oh yeah. I'm like, well, I can't really talk about this right now because I'm in the street driving my electric wheelchair, trying not to get hit by all this DC traffic. But y'all, when I tell you this man was relieved when that thing said negativity, negative, you are not pregnant, bro. I was happy for him. Not that he got away with what he did, because what he did
No,
was in Thai food. And he was going to have to deal with me when I got back to Michigan. But I wasn't there, so I really couldn't deal with it at that time. But, baby, the stuff we went through when I got home, honey, it was food. Um, I say all that to say this. Fatima, I understand you want to be there for Zach. Zach's your man. You love Zach. Whatever you feel about him. Some stuff you gotta stay out of.
right.
And and
And
even
it's
if I would
right,
have stayed with him, even if I would have stayed with him, because there's no guarantee that I would have. I was kind of on the fence. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Don't know. But even if I would have, I wouldn't have overstepped my boundaries. I've been like, hey, that's your baby mama, that's your child. I will love and accept that child in the ways that I know how, but I am not trying to sit here and act like I'm that child's mother. You deal with the mother, you deal with the doctor's appointments, you deal with the schooling and all. You deal with that. And I don't feel like Fatima's gonna take
of
that role.
right, right. I don't feel like she is either, but that's neither here nor there. We'll catch y'all on the next one.
Bye bye, y'all. We'll see y'all for episode 8. I know this
Yeah,
review was short, but girl, that episode ain't giving me a whole lot. So that's why the review is only 26 minutes long. And I'm gonna say this before we go. Just because you can have kids don't
don't
mean you
mean she
should.
should.
Because everybody
I
can
agree.
do a lot of things. That don't mean they should be doing those things. Now, if you can afford a child, and I do mean afford money, if you got money and you have enough to where you can support a child and yourself, by all means, when, when, by all means, make a baby, but do not make a baby in the struggle. Because I could tell
Please.
you from experience, my husband grew up in the struggle, and that's the reason why he's so traumatized to this day. Now, I ain't gonna put all his business out there. He got plenty of videos to tell y'all about all that. But we gonna get off of here, and we'll see y'all in the next video. Bye bye.
Bye bye.